There's trail walking, and then there's overlanding. The previous portends day journeys or weekend jaunts, likely longer journeys with primitive tent tending. The latter conjures extended off-grid adventuring in which you can want to be self-enough for days at a time while exploring the barren region on logging trails, wooded area service roads, and so on. American Day Trip Vehicles seeks to cowl the path runners with its Jeep Wrangler/Gladiator and Chevy Colorado offerings while providing overlanders the Ram heavy obligation pickup-based totally Prospector and Prospector XL. What's AEV? Founder Dave Harriton got his start stretching his dad's old TJ Wrangler in Montana, did some extra for some pals, then began American Excursion Automobiles. Whilst the agency's builds earned design kudos from Chrysler, it observed Detroit location partners to help step up its engineering game. Earlier than long it was cranking out hits like the Jeep Hemi V8 conversions that predated the Wrangler 392, in addition to the Brute and Brute double cab Wrangler pickups that presaged the Gladiator. The AEV-designed, GM-manufactured Chevy Colorado ZR2 Bison version is a manufacturing facility orderable $5,750 option bundle that transforms the Wasteland Runner ZR2 into extra of a technical rock crawler. Further to providing parts for these GM builds, AEV upfits kind of 800 motors in line with year in its Wixom, Michigan, facility, evenly split among Jeeps, Wrangler and Gladiator, and Ram heavy obligation pickups, 2,500 and 3,500.
What's the AEV Prospector XL? AEV gives two applications applicable to both the Ram 2500 or 3500, Prospector and Prospector XL. Both get toughened AEV bumpers, a 3.0-inch suspension elevate, AEV wheels, plus interior and outside badging and images. Tires are the principal distinction between the two programs. Base Prospectors get 37-inch tires that match below inventory fenders with Mopar flares. XLs get 40-inch tires that require the fender and rear sector openings to be expanded by about 3.0 inches, XL is 40 in Roman numerals. Choose the XL in case you're searching out the ultimate rock climber/mud bogger. Pass for the entry Prospector on a 3500 for maximum payload capability when fitting heavy overlanding equipment like an in-bed camper. That is because AEV decharges the rear gross axle weight rating from 7,000 to 6,390 kilos for the 40-inch tires, however not for the 37s. Our 2500's manufacturing unit rigor of 6,000 is unchanged with both tire. XL versions contain the majority of AEV's Ram commercial enterprise, with roughly a 60/40 cut-up among 2500-3500. They're nearly all Cummins diesel-powered besides for strength wagon upfits, some folks simply gotta have the ones diff lockers. The bottom Prospector bundle expenses $15,987, the Prospector XL fees $20,999. Chassis adjustments. At the heart of this upfit is AEV's 3.0-inch dual sport suspension, with the dual relating to its aim of improving technical off-avenue prowess without a penalty to the original trip and coping with. AEV accomplishes this trick with the aid of maintaining the stock springs and the authentic suspension geometry. To try this, it relocates the various mounting points for the suspension hardware. The front axle, for example, is articulated down and ahead, growing the wheelbase by 1.6 inches. This saves AEV having to custom-make longer variations of the 40 AFU special ram springs tailored to every different weight elegance. AEV additionally fits a hydraulic assist steering improved to help swivel the large tires. Our XL become upgraded similarly with optionally available AEV/Bilstein 8100 external reservoir shocks, $2, $140, designed to keep their cool and resist the fade that comes from boiling the surprise fluid in prolonged tough strolling in a warm desolate tract. And it all rides on a hard and fast of AEV 10x 17-inch black Kotla 10 wheels wrapped in 40 by 13.50 or 17 Cooper Discoverer STT Pro tires. Overlanding gear. Possibly the maximum essential piece of overlanding kit for self-preservation is a sturdy winch. AEV front bumpers are all designed to accept one, but they price more. Our AEV Prospector XL featured a worn 16.5T with synthetic rope that rang in at $2,711. Middle of the night adventuring calls for lighting, so we additionally had $2,801 really worth of auxiliary LED lamps that mount to the $1,700 bumper brush protect, plus a fixed of rear bumper LED lights, $594. The bed is outfitted with an identical spare wheel and tire on a vertical mount, $1,736, that obscures most of the rear window visibility and blocks the place where a rear-view digicam would move. We would choose the lay-flat spare alternative. There is no slinging any spare tire larger than stock below. A bed rack with crossbars provides a mounting point for a rooftop tent, axes, jerry cans, etc. And in the end, to reinforce the underbody we introduced hardened differential covers the front and rear, $381.50 and $409.50, and a breathable intercooler skid plate, $531.50. This all brings the envisioned shrink weight to within 1,000 pounds of the truck's gross score, so some really appropriate excursion packing is referred to as 4 or an improved to the 3,500. At the side of a few beauty enhancements, total AEV optional system got here to $19, $150.50, bringing the all-in rate of our well-prepared Laramie to $119,194.50. How does the Prospector XL pressure? Having currently spent a year in a stock Ram 2500 Laramie Cummins, the maximum indelible preliminary influence is how loud the tires are, the sound and vibration even coming up through the steerage wheel in turns. That is accompanied closely with the aid of how excessive the AEV Prospector XL sits. You'll look down on lifted terrific duties and across at semi-drivers. Getting comfy with the size takes a few miles, sitting so excessive off the road dulls your feel of speed. So in case your natural pace is 10 miles per hour past the speed limit, you could frequently discover yourself 15 or 20 over. The taller, heavier tires and added weight blunt the acceleration, however it's nevertheless mass is sturdy. The broad inertia is also substantial in braking, in which stops take more pedal effort than in our lengthy time period Ram 2500. But sure enough, the journey feels nearly identical, maybe smoother, thanks to the extra mass. AEV estimates ours weighs simply shy of 4.5 lots. This is, till the sort of jumbo donuts hits a unmarried wheel bump and sends a shudder via the steerage and chassis. Those mud tires don't grip paved corners just like the stock tires, however then the stockers cannot claw via dust bathrooms. Off-roading the Prospector XL. Having more often than not wheeled crossovers and stock Jeeps at our nearby ORV park, we're used to the toughest limitations being off-limits. Not for this rig. Climb any rock or plunge via any lavatory with the aid of genuinely counting on the tire tread lugs and the Cummins torque and inertia to power via hard dusty ruts, sandy moguls, it would not count. The Prospector XL tackled every course or obstacle with no trouble, or as a minimum every direction physically extensive sufficient to house it. And with a lengthy wheelbase and tremendous turning circle, you need to be cognizant of your breakout course ought to a direction prove too slim. We had been additionally impressed by means of how strong everything felt. The AEV Prospector XL took the harshest impacts in stride, and with no highly priced sounding noises. How do I am getting an AEV Prospector XL? When you have a low mileage cutting edge technology Ram or Jeep, it truly is in no way been wrecked. AEV can upfit it for you, but maximum builds are ordered new through AEV's online configurator and brought via one among its 100 dealers. The supplier allows getting the inventory truck built, shipped to AEV for the upfit, then shipped to the dealer. Upfitting generally takes about every week barring deliver problems, and tires have lately been in particular short deliver. Shoppers can specify particular paint, just like the zinc chromate inexperienced on AEV's 4 2019 SEMA builds. However, this stretches the build to 30 days and adds $13,687. Is the AEV Prospector XL really worth it? That $119,000 fee includes a number of showy bits we may want to do without. But the engineering is so stout we felt compelled to gin up a super build, starting with a strategically optioned 2500 Tradesman Cummins with auto-stage rear air suspension, the Ease Group, Uconnect 5 Nav, mattress software group, and the O switches for $64,745. Then we spec the Prospector with 37s, the Mopar retractable steps, $2,420. They have been blanketed in our Laramie, and UM, Eves leather and Cordura seat upgrade, $2,205, the smaller light bar, $1,024, plus the winch, intercooler skid plate, diff covers, and a few doodads for a complete upfit cost of $29,196. We would be out the door for $93,941 with the same suspension and a slightly greater livable, is going almost anywhere bundle with a piece greater payload ability, a quieter ride, and a barely lower climb. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the like button at the bottom of our video.